Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Evoland 2. In the previous episode, we took on the Guardian in order to find Ceres, but unfortunately could not stop her in time. Yeah, so she managed to kill the Guardian, which crashed and unleashed this anomaly, which we must go into to defeat Ceres. And before we do that, I just want to warn you guys ahead of time. Towards the very end of the boss fight, I'm unfortunately going to have to turn off the music because, well, I was looking over the forums, and apparently somebody got a copyright claim on one of their videos for Evoland 2 because of a song at the very end. Now, I'm fairly certain it's not going to be in the boss fight, at least I hope not, because, you know, this game auto-saves. But I'm fairly certain it should be probably the ending or the credits music. Just letting you know ahead of time. But without further ado, let's enter this anomaly. Okay, I guess I have to do it while flying. Perhaps. Okay. Guess I have to do it in the future. Darn, I was kind of hoping to be poetic by entering in the present. The very era that we began in. And this takes us back to the very anomaly that we were in the Magi era. But something extra is here. This definitely wasn't here the last time we came this way. I'd swear on my favorite ancient tome. Considering how much we've altered the timeline, I confess I no longer have a clue. Anyway, that symbol is just like the one on the Stone of Time. Indeed. And this is why I told you should probably grab the Stone of Time before going after the Guardian, just so you wouldn't have to make a return trip there. Portal! Kuro, quick! I still don't get why Ceres is doing all this, but we have to stop her either way. Solid Snail, remember that Ceres possesses the weapon's power. I don't believe we shall dissuade her without a direct confrontation. Be prepared to fight. Surely Ceres has her reasons for doing what she's doing. Don't you think, Kuro? Yeah, I do. Perhaps we'd be better off staying out of it. Yeah, but if we stayed out of this, we wouldn't be able to end the game. So, yeah, I'm stepping into the portal. Well, that giant cube seems familiar. What's truly an oddity, this? It almost seems to contain the entire universe. No, not the universe. Time itself. Ceres! Where are we? In the heart of the anomaly, where the Magi hid their great project. So this is the project, then. But why are you so keen to destroy it? The Magi wished to prevent the end of time, so they undertook the project in order to curve time. Curve time? Destroying the project will most probably destroy time, but if there is even a minuscule chance that doesn't come to pass, so it must be done. There's no other way. You're wrong, Ceres. There's always another way. Well, if you feel so strongly. Fina! She vanished! Velvet! No! Solid Snail, you have to fight! Oh, Kuro. I would have hoped you at least would understand me. What? But I'm directly connected to the project. Why am I unable to erase you? Just who are you, anyway? Kuro's power has awakened. You can now slow time itself. Which is going to be very handy in this fight. I get it now. Our fate was not to understand one another, but rather to fight one another. Yeah, this fight's rather simple. Hit these, don't get hit by the barrier, and try to avoid the robots, though they are the least of your threats. Now, before you take out the last tower, charge up your power, which doesn't go beyond 1. Unleash it, and then strike the tower. What this does is it'll slow time, which means it'll take longer for the barrier to come back up, giving you more time to hit Ceres and do more damage. When she starts getting upset, you get away from her, because then the barrier's coming back online. Also, strike the robots when you have to, because they're going to be your only source of healing. If you're good, and not an idiot like me, you can get through this in 2, maybe 3 rounds. Well, 2 if you're really good. That's pretty much all there is to the fight. Make sure you take out the robots from time to time, otherwise they can swarm you. They're not very powerful. Their strength lies primarily in their numbers. Of course, they are also a good source of health. And given the amount of phases to this final boss fight, you're going to need as much health as you can get. Come on. Alright, even after you've lowered her health, keep running around to avoid the robots. Okay, on to phase 2, a platformer. Ceres is going to show up and actually start attacking you directly with things like that. Keep jumping. Oh, by the way, this whole thing loops. After each attack, she'll get to a platform and pause. That is your opportunity to attack her. Keep in mind, you do also have ranged capabilities, so you don't have to get right into her face, which can not always be a good thing to do. Don't forget you also have potions that you can use so long as you restock with Granny BB. Ow. Almost got her on this one. Surprised she hasn't done that bottom of the screen laser more. Had to open my big mouth. Okay, on to phase 3. Where it becomes a side-scrolling shooter. What you gotta do is you gotta shoot the various parts of her armor first before you can start attacking Ceres. It does lower her health, but hey. Now, as you destroy parts of her armor, she does lose some attacks. For example, she can now no longer summon those robots, though she does have this. Okay, ow, that hurt. And I'm fairly certain this takes you back to the beginning if you lose, so yeah, try not to lose. Also, try not to get hit by those lasers, that giant eye laser. Because that is continuous damage. Though, do try to kill these things, because they're going to be one of your only other sources of health. Oh, come on, how did that hit me? Now, you can try to slow time, but chances are you're going to be getting hit a lot, which will in turn prevent you from, using them. Alright, we're on to the final phase. This is where Ceres starts, attacking you directly once more. Thing is, her attacks are very difficult to avoid, but they do so little damage you can probably just tank them, depending on whether or not you manage to get the Oricon armor, And I mean all the Oricon armor. And how much health you have. Right, I'm gonna get her down to minimal health, and then I'm gonna pause and turn off the music. Okay, sorry guys, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to. I can't afford a copyright claim, which could lead to a copyright strike. Come on, let's finish this. What's she doing? Kuro, I never wished to fight you. And I don't think you ever wanted this either. Reality is breaking apart. I think we've gone too far. I can no longer see the past or the future. We have reached the end of time. So what will happen now? Who knows? The project has been damaged by our fight. Will it be enough to stop the cycle of time? If not, everything will start over. The same times, the same events, the same struggles, the same fate for all. For both of us, too. That's a rather depressing thought. My power is fading. I will disappear, Kuro. And it frightens me. Maybe one day we'll find each other again. And if only fate remains. Together, we will change this world. I'll wait for you, G. Yeah, for those of you who haven't realized it yet, Kuro was Professor Giro. Kuro still hasn't returned. He'll be back. Miss Fina, it's been several days. We cannot wait any longer. How long were we fighting? What are you suggesting, Menos, huh? Just leave without him? Menos is right, Fina. We cannot stay here. I don't know what time or what world lies ahead, but we have to go. Well then, go! Just leave without me. I'm not going anywhere without Kuro. Miss Fina, Solid Snail is most assuredly... There's no point, Menos. She's made up her mind. We need to respect that. We shall await you beyond the portal, Miss Fina. Let's go, then. Kuro, where are you? Still waiting. Oh, that's dedication, I'll give you that much. Man, this ending kinda blows without music. Whoa. He looks like he's been told his daughter's dead. And that she disappeared. A couple of kids playing with the Guardian that I could have sworn we killed. Of course, then again, that brings into the idea that the weapon was never created, thus the Guardian, thus Reno never went after it. Yeah, I'd rather not think about it. Let's see. Prisoners trying to sneak out using the same technique we did, which didn't work. See, the Emperor and General Dalkin. Trapped by a bunch of rats. Though, where did the block come from? I have no idea. See, there's that demon guy that you could have recruited during that one battle, because he wouldn't follow you elsewhere. Oh, statue's been replaced with one of velvet. Which, if she disappeared, then how did... never mind. Oh, Granny BB's found someone new to obsess over. The younger prophet, preaching, or whatever he's doing with the other kids. Wait a minute. Wasn't Professor Giro's place essentially erased? Or, at the very least, we saw that it was blocked off. So how did they... You know what? I don't even care anymore. Pirates finding their way to the haunted forest. I'm glad to know at least some of them survived. Yeah, probably shouldn't have given that book away. Heroes finally meeting the Oracle. And the old man finding his way into the anomaly. Wait, how? I mean, how? I mean, if you accidentally activated the maglet to send back to the Magi era, fine, but how do you end up in the anomaly? Oh, and there's Reno, Cherry, and Plum. And yep, confirmation that Ceres is Velvet and Menos' daughter. And here's Fina, in the past of Professor Giro's lab. Interesting. My question though is how did they get to the past considering the fact that Kuro was the one with the controller? Oh well. Anyways, this game's story tells you a lot, but it doesn't tell you enough. Now, it tells you that time is basically in a loop, caused by the Magi and the whole project. Here's my ideas behind it. The Magi era is the original era, the furthest back in the past. And Magi was a great civilization, they had the whole, lack of land due to all the water. But basically, they discovered this anomaly that was growing and growing slowly, and it eventually would consume the entire world. So they decided to create the project to loop time. However, they discovered somehow that certain events needed to transpire for the loop to persist, is what I'm guessing. So they use their time-traveling megaliths to send Professor Giro, who is also Kuro, into what is considered the past, the Dark Ages, when the Empire was at their most powerful. Now keep in mind, I'm just guessing all this. Wherein he captured, well, killed Menos and Velvet of that time, and captured Ceres. And when I say Menos and Velvet, I mean our Menos and Velvet, who went to the past and had a daughter. And then proceeded to drain her power, is what I'm guessing. But during a moment of weakness, she managed to escape, which allowed her to send Giro into the future, or the present, which in turn caused him to lose his memories, which then kickstarted the events of this whole game. Because if you look at certain things, like, we gave them the book. It's like, oh, you're awake. Are you feeling better? My father found you passed out deep in the forest. You don't remember anything? Not even your name? Maybe you should go in the forest. It can help with your memory. Oh, and my name is Fina. I hope you remember everything quickly. Huh. Yeah, looks like it wasn't enough. Time is looping once more. And then we get our obligatory beach scene victory. And for some odd reason, somebody wrote 87% in the sand. Because that is our completion. The other 13% was the cards. Oh well, they definitely earned this. But anyways, as I was saying, they got the book, which allowed them to freeze the land, which eventually came the Vikings' home, which also revealed a lot of other land. And then, you know what? I'm just going to stop right there before this goes completely off the rails. Gonna be honest, I expected the credits to go on, even for an indie game, a lot longer to allow me to talk about this theory for a while, but honestly, I think the game gives enough information on that. But anyways, guys, this is the end of the series. I've already got plans on what the next series is. I just gotta take care of some audio testing, and we'll be starting it on Monday. So, if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, and I will see you guys in the next series.